What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another BFR. Crazy game last night is Game 50. With 32 games remaining in the season now, Hawks played the Columbus Blue Jackets at home on February 17th at 7:30. They lose 7-4 in an absolutely wild game. They go to 18, 25, and 7. Kurashev was in for Borgstrom. Soderblom was starting, so that was news. Fleury started 16 of the last 17, so he got to break him. He also has a black eye because of the story he told, basically. Essentially, his trunk, when he was closing his trunk, his eye got hit or something. I don't know. It was a strange story. Shots were 37-32 Columbus, hits were 20-12 Columbus, and faceoffs were 31-23 Columbus. Power plays, Chicago goes 1 for 4, Columbus goes 1 for 3. Soderblom saves 30 out of 36 in the loss. Merzlikins saves 28 out of 32 in the win. And to start the game off, we had a good save on Chikhinov. DeBrincat chance denied. Soderblom made a couple good saves. Murphy and Jenner collide into the Hawks' net. Columbus was in control. And 13:48, Chicago penalty to Strome for hooking. Columbus's power play looked good. And then at 13:02, it's a Columbus power play goal from Boone Jenner, his 20th of the season, from Werenski and Vorachuk to make it 1-0. And there was no chance for Soderblom on that one. It was he's basically batted into the net. He had to go from one side to the other if he was going to get it. There was no chance. Then 13 seconds later, it's a Columbus goal from Yegor Chikhinov. Absolutely awful defense and awful turnover, as that's his 6th of the season from Nyquist and Sillinger to make it 2-0. Then Columbus hits the post on their next shot. And then at 11:10, it's a Columbus penalty to Peaky for holding. And then Hagel nearly scores, Lafferty denied while going. And 9:36, Chicago power play goal for Philip Kurashev on a tic-tac-toe play with Kubalik and Doc, his 4th of the season, and is the second unit on the power play getting it done. The second unit looked a lot better than the first tonight. So good goal for Kurashev. And then about 3 minutes and 57 seconds later, it's another Chicago goal. This time it's a breakaway goal and a great pass from Brent Connolly. At 5:39, it's a Chicago breakaway goal from Ryan Carpenter with his first of the season from Connolly and Kurashev. So Kurashev already has 2 points, so he had a good night to make it 2-2, which ties the game. Dahan was stick handling around some of the defenders, so that was impressive from him. Since the Hawks' goal, they had the control, but at 3:05, a Columbus breakaway goal by Max Domi would change the momentum. He gets his 9th of the season from Chinakhov to make it 3-2. It is a great snipe, great shot from Domi. Then Corelli high-sticked Kubalik on the play, and it wasn't called. Announcers showed it coming out of the second intermission, coming into the first intermission, and see a missed call by the refs that cost the Hawks a goal. But honestly, Domi's goal had nothing to do with the play at hand, so I'm fine with it. Second period at 19:51, 9 seconds in, it's Columbus goal to Patrick Laine, his 14th of the season from Jenner and Gavrikov to make it 4-2. It was a weird shot. That goal cannot go in. It was from a corner, and it kind of just bounced off the net and off Soderblom's skate and in. It was reviewed. It took a very long time to review, as it was a hard angle, and they did confirm it was a goal. It was a wild game, I'm telling you. Carpenter shorthanded toe drag was saved. Lafferty rebound, then saved. And because at 16:22, Chicago penalty to Strome for hooking, which would be killed. That was to be his second of the game, second hooking penalty of the game. 15:13, while on the power play, Columbus takes a penalty. It's Werenski for hooking, so it's 4-on-4 for 51 seconds. And the power play, it didn't look great. The last 20 seconds were pretty good, but other than that, the power play looked pretty bad. Then at 12:48, it's a Columbus penalty to Bayruth for high sticking, which would be killed. Peaky was slow to get up after a block. Then at 6:28, at 9:55, Chicago penalty to Slavin for holding, which would be killed. Slavin was complaining. That was the most blatant hold I've seen all season. So for Slavin to be complaining and me saying something, that's how you know it was pretty blatant. Then at 6:28, it's a Chicago goal for Seth Jones. It appears. But then when they review it, and it did not go in, it hit both posts and stayed out on a wide-open net. How Jones missed the net there, I don't know. It was a pretty tip-in goal, pretty easy to get, and I don't know how he missed it, but we play on. And At 158, it's a Chicago goal. Perfect deflection from Mackenzie Entwistle, his 5th of the season, from DeHaan and Carpenter. That's DeHaan's 100th assist of his career. Makes it 4-3, I believe. If I have that right. Yeah, it makes it 4-3. And it's off a Blue Jacket and then Entwistle, and then Columbus pressures late. And on that goal, there was no chance for Merzlikins. Hagel was hooked and slashed at the end of the period. There was no call. And we go to the third, where Seth Jones and Zach Werenski are apparently Call of Duty buddies, according to Seth Jones. So that's pretty funny to me. Call of Duty buddies. They were teammates for a long time in Columbus. One of the best D pairs in the league while they were there. So pretty normal that they'd be bonding over something like that. Then at 12:02, it's a Columbus goal to Patrick Laine, his 2nd of the game, 15th of the season, from Jenner to make it 5-3. Absolute snipe. Great shot by Laine. Right over Soderblom's right shoulder. Then at 11:02, exactly a minute later, it's a Chicago goal for Alex DeBrincat, his 29th of the season, from Kane and Jones, make it at 5-4. Now on the play, Kane gets the assist, which ties Dennis Savard for 2nd all-time in Blackhawks assist. So congratulations to Patrick Kane. Also congratulations to DeHaan for 100 assists. So some milestones being made today for some of the Hawk players. And there was no chance for Merzlikins on the goal. DeBrincat gets his own rebound with the goalie down. And then 8:03, 3 minutes later, 2 minutes and 59 seconds later, it's a Columbus goal from Oliver Bjorkstrand, his 15th of the season, from Werenski and Domi to make it 6-4. So every few minutes, goals were going in back and forth. Then Strome chance was denied. Gavrikov diving play saves a goal. At 2:39, it's a Columbus penalty to Chikhanov for tripping. Then a turnover nearly caused it to be 7-on-4 on the penalty kill. The Hawks pulled the goalie on the power play, and with 4.7 seconds to go, it's an empty net goal for Patrick Laine. He gets the hat trick, 16th of the season, 7-4 from Gavrikov. And what a game. Crazy game. Not a great game for the Hawks defense. Soderblom could have been better, but there was 2 goals he probably should have had back that weren't good enough or shouldn't have happened. But then again, the defense didn't really help him out whatsoever. So, movements around the league. No trade since the big Toffoli trade. Calgary's moved to first in the Pacific, and they have 2 games in hand on Vegas. Vegas, obviously, I watched the game where they played Colorado. They lost 2-0 where Eichel returned. They're pretty much doing the same thing that Tampa seems to be doing. However, now that I think Tampa's done it and Vegas now is kind of doing it, if Stone comes back for the playoffs or if something happens the way they're doing it, it's going to look very suspicious on Vegas's part. Very suspicious is an understatement. But the way I see it, Tampa did it. If Vegas beats Tampa in the final, because that's the only way they can meet, I'd say that'd be pretty fitting, because it would be, and then if they stopped it after that, I'd be perfectly good with that, because it would just kind of show that essentially it's something's if you cheat, something's always going to come back to bite you, and that's kind of the lesson I would take from it if Vegas beat Tampa in the final. And although Tampa and Vegas aren't technically cheating by whatsoever, there are LTIR rules and the way it works. It's just kind of the way it's being set up right now, and I honestly wouldn't mind the way it's going. Edmonton moves into third. They've been getting some win. I'm pretty sure they're 3-0 or 4-0 under their new coach since Tippett was fired. LA and Anaheim each moved down. Vancouver's moved up a bit. San Jose in the 7th spot. No changes in the Central except for Nashville and St. Louis switching. Nashville's lost a few of their last games, but St. Louis has been playing pretty well. Minnesota moves up to 2nd. No changes in the Atlantic. Ottawa and Buffalo staying in are tied at those spots. Nothing new in the Metropolitan either. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Overall, pretty crazy game, and that's probably going to be the title of this video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And Hawks play tonight against Dallas at 7:30. And then they play 2 o'clock on Sunday, my time. All these are in my time. They play 2 p.m. against Florida. So, yeah, although they're at home, I'm not confident whatsoever that they will beat Florida. If they beat Florida, I'll be happy. If they beat Florida, I'll be over the moon in happiness. But on that note, that is all I have for you guys today. Once again, I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.